right, y'all. Welcome back, man. Look, man. Today, I'm upset. I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm upset. I'm upset because Ironheart dropped yesterday. Marvel's Ironheart. Shout out Dominique Thorne. Did an amazing job. Um, and she's getting a lot of flack, man. She's getting a lot of flack. You know what I'm saying? So I came here today to address a few of the issues I've seen people had and why they didn't like it. And let me start off by saying, man, thank y'all for coming back to the channel. You know, it's a movie time. It's a movie time to kill. But I'm upset today. Today I'm in my feels. So when I'm in my feels, I feel like I need to get some stuff off my chest. But yeah, man, welcome back. Hope y'all had a great week. It's been a hot week. Very happy Juneteenth to everybody who celebrated. I had a great one. We had a good time at our parade, local parade, and the Geek Set guys and myself, man, we kicked it. So, but then I come back to this slander of Marvel's newest show, which it just doesn't make sense. So, and I get it. All right, let me cover a couple things, right? So, if you have not watched it, if you have not heard, um, Ironheart released, 3 episodes yesterday. And in this episode, I'm going to literally do a series. So, this is only going to cover the first episode. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. I thought, at first, I was a little perturbed by the idea of, Riri getting into some trouble. But then as they start the series, you know, we kind of understand like Riri hasn't had it the easiest. You know what I'm saying? Like they've kind of been playing her, to her face. And what I hate is we overshadowing the fact that she was poor. You know what I mean? Like the young lady was trying to get it out the mud, right? She's trying to get it out the mud herself. And we knocking her because she decides, okay, she met her 4 years at MIT, and they're not trying to extend her, they're not trying to give her a shot at another year, a fifth year, which I mean I could see some of the discrimination in that, but I could also see you know many other variables coming into play when it comes to dealing with stuff like that. So she gets drawn into uh, basically cheating. You know what I mean? She's selling projects. She's doing homework for people. She's like really that campus genius, out here getting money to further her project by doing that. Now, so that's what I think people missed because they're like, yo, how dare they slander her and take her great reputation that she had and turn her into this criminal. Well, the thing is, she's kind of already been committing crimes. You know what I'm saying? She's already realized that the money, the capital, is way more important than the morals of waiting for your opportunities for somebody to come and help you. Because nobody's coming to help you. You've already been through, the Stark Foundation or whatever. You've already been through Wakanda. Like they've came through. You know what I'm saying, and done what they were gonna do. And even then, both of their situations are up in the air. Tony Stark's company is under federal investigation for so many things, and Happy has to deal with that. And Wakanda is rebuilding after 2 major battles. They don't have, the Black Panther that wants to be there. Shuri's unsure of herself, so I'm sure you can't look for her. All this is happening within 5 years or 4 years of being at MIT. So, like, I get it, man. I get it. It is tough, right? It's tough for her. It's just tough. But I think that's the problem. Was like we're not understanding that about her character. she's already back against the wall. This is her last option. And you can see the emotional stress, from being back in Chicago, being back home, being where her stepfather and her sister died. So yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough, but it's also a realistic view of the world. And look, man, I get it. The villain, the guy with the red cape, he's using magic, he's this and that. Like, I get it. It is seemingly kind of weird and corny, but that's Marvel. Not Marvel being corny, but they also introduce people who most times aren't the powerful. They're the sneaky. They're the conniving, and he's a conniving villain. The AI situation, I get it. They kind of rushed it in. They kind of did this, but I also think it's a good twist. It is a solid twist that they put in there. It's like the Jarvis. You know what I mean? Like, once we found out Jarvis was his driver or the assistant, whatever you want to mean, to Tony Stark's dad, it made sense. It fits. It's a person he trusted who was there in his life, other than the parent. Because that would have been, if the stepdad would have popped out, that would have been crazy. But I like the fact that, they used the sister as the replacement AI. But, we got to see where it goes. Like, I think we're not giving this a chance. I want everybody to see it because I actually enjoyed it. I thought the first episode was great. It was great for what it's supposed to be, for it to be introductory to a series. I don't want it to be, a movie. I don't want it to be overhyped. Like, I heard people saying it was comparable to the Marvels, and it's not. It's definitely not. It is better than that. It is a good show. It's a good show. Yeah, that's what it was. They were trying to say it's like Secret Invasion. What? Secret Invasion made absolutely no sense. I think, Riri Williams, story is up. It's up. It's up. It is. Yeah, y'all can hate it all you want and try to say, oh man, they did her wrong. I think she'll get redemption. I think that's the point of it, is to focus on the hustle. You know what I mean? Like, because they never showed that to nobody. It was like, and that was the emphasis of it. Tony Stark and all them, he grew up with that money. So for him, it was easy. For her, you're not. This is what it's like. And I don't think a lot of the viewers understand that. This is what it's like for us in some cases. You know what I mean? Like, some people are just broke and they have a dream, and the dream consists of getting through with what they have. And sometimes it's an illegal situation. Sometimes it's under the table. Sometimes, you're doing stuff, you're not paying taxes. Like, that's just what it is. It's not fair. It's not right, but it's life. So I think we have to look at it from that lens. I think we have to not look at this series from the lens of a normal Marvel movie or storyline. We have to look at it from a realistic lens of what it would be like to be a 20-something-year-old African-American female living in Chicago, just being kicked out of MIT. Your software, everything in your suit is all mushed up, and you got to rebuild from nothing. That is a tough deal, and you want to be great, and everybody's expecting you to be great. So let's look at it from that, aspect too. I mean, and they add the magic in it. So what? That's part of the lure of watching Marvel. So I don't know, man. I'm defending this show, even though I did a review on the trailer before, and I was like, nah, like, I wasn't here for it. I'm defending the show because I think the show is going to be really good. I think we have to give grace. We have to have patience and let it play out. You know what I mean? They gave us 3 episodes, so let's see where it goes from here. I mean, it's not the first Marvel series that's going to start off, and different than what we thought, and end well, because they're pretty good at that. They're pretty good at telling a story and changing our minds. So let's let them change our minds. You know what I mean? But I'm excited for it. Like I said, man, she did a really great job. She was very believable. And even the CGI, I was just mad at it. You know what I mean? I've seen horrible CGI, especially coming out of certain series. But this was doable. I was not upset about this at all. The hologram sister, perfect. They hooked that up. Um, the suit transformation, or um, how can I put it? The way the suit came to her and how it fell apart. I enjoyed that. I thought it was tricky. That was crazy. Um, but I also, I think of it from multi layers. If you look at it from the intellectual standpoint, it was pretty funny because you got to think like Tony Stark had his own network, his own servers, his own system to power his suits, and she was powering it from the school where as soon as they kicked her out, like you're done, you're expelled. Oh man, everything fell apart. Like that was shisty, but it was so real because that's how college is. Like when you're done and you're done, you're done. It's you got a key card to get into the library. It don't work. You know what I mean? You had a access to the gym. That don't work. Like you let you be behind on some money, and they telling you, okay, you are on academic suspension or expulsion until all debts are paid or whatever your reinstatement. Immediately, you could be in between classes, cut you right off. So her, on the way home, almost there, and the suit just literally cutting off. Like, sorry, no AI for you. That was classic to me. That was dope. I also want to think. So, what my theories? Right, I gotta give theories. Where do we go from here? Now, I do believe there's going to be some intervention. Like, I do believe in all of this. There will be somebody who will visit her, or who like step in and be like, "Look, I heard what's going on. I see what you got going on. Like, because come on, man, you were involved with the Avengers. I'm sure somebody's keeping tabs on you from the government somehow. But I want to see how that transpires. Like, I wonder who's watching. Like, if we're gonna get like a happy Hogan, or somebody come in, slide in, hey, we see what you got going on, man. You might want to switch it up. I wonder if we're gonna get that. I think we're probably gonna get that, in that episode 4 or 5. But man, you know what I mean. Right now, I don't know. Like I said, I'm supporting this. I'm supporting the series. I thought it was a good first episode. Um, Second, third episode. Just I'll probably do that tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably do the second episode tomorrow. Third episode the day after. Just spread it out because I don't even think it's gonna be a long series. It'll probably be like an 8, 9 episode series, which is still what we need right now. Something to hold over until we get to Fantastic Four, which is next month. Um, and then after that, we got Doom, and then Secret Wars. So, give it a. What are we doing here? You know what I mean? What are we doing? Are we nitpicking over the small stuff? Because, like, every. How can I put it? Tony Stark his company was selling weapons. They were laundering money from terrorists through science, and he was just as complacent as ever before he became Iron Man. Like, that was part of the motive of them kidnapping Tony Stark, was because his company was just ran by a warmonger, and he didn't care because he was partying. So technically, he was a criminal. Technically, he was a criminal up until maybe the second or the third. Yeah, because he was still going to court and having to pay for all the damages, having to do all the things because it wasn't, it wasn't. He wasn't under the government's jurisdiction. Like, he wasn't on board into the Accords. So, what are we really saying? They're all vigilantes until hell. They didn't even get paid. They didn't even get paid. Remember Falcon Winter Soldier? They wouldn't even give Falcon a loan. Like, this is what it is, man. People got to do what they got to do. And Riri Williams doing what she got to do. So I'm not going to knock her on that. One thing I will knock, though, is the emotions she shows towards her people. Like, I really don't know if I like that because it almost feels like she blames, her family for everything wrong going on in her life, which you know what I mean? Like that wasn't it for me. Let me see. Yeah, who it is that they had playing her mother? Yeah, it's crazy. It is a very diverse cast, so I'm not even gonna lie to you. Andrew White, her mom's fine, but anywho, I didn't really like their interactions. I felt like, see, I knew Leroyce Hawkins was in there. Shout out to Leroyce Hawkins. Got a chance to meet him at Sway in the Morning show last year, and he's a really good dude, man. Really, really kind guy. Really, really creative. But yeah, her and the mom. Sorry, I digress. Her and her mom's interactions were just kind of like, like you're not getting away with that. You know what I mean? You're not getting away with talking to your mom like that. Like, especially when it came to the dad, like I was not a fan of that. Like, don't do him don't do her like that. You know what I mean? So that could have been, that was my only disagreement with this series. Like, damn girl, you was already on the edge. Like you got dismissed from school. You ain't getting no degree. I don't know what you're doing. You got a suit out the deal for your grant, but at the end of the day, ain't even done. So don't blame her. Get on your job. But yeah, hopefully that changes up too, because you could tell some of the guilt. But then also not she's lying. So she's lying and she's stealing. So you never know. That's part of it. Part of being a parent. You gotta catch them up in their lies. Ugh. Anywho, all right. So that's gonna be my gist of it, man. That's my argument for why you need to go and continue and watch Ironheart on Marvel on Disney Plus, because it's a good show, man. It's a good show. Don't listen to these people. These people are just talking, and a lot of these people I think are doing this because it's a black girl leading, because it don't make sense. Like, they weren't coming for uh, none of these other shows as hard. Like, and some of these shows were very dumb from the get go, but at least Ironheart has some stability. It has some type of basis. Like, we got a chance to see her in other movies and in other series where it was like, okay, we need to get her story. So you're getting her story, and that's part of it. People can't take the reality of being an African American in America. So now when they see it, it's like, oh my God. It's like, no, it's not. This is reality. If I got a bill for $10,000 and somebody come and pay it, and they offer me another $100,000, I'm listening. I'm listening. What are we talking about here? And the criterias were met. She said, I don't want to hurt nobody. You ain't hurting nobody. And that's how they get you. So that's every day in America. That's how quickly kids get got. And you can tell now from the reviews, some people don't live in the real world. Some people don't think that this is how it really is. And this is how it really is. Every time. That's how quick you get got. But anywho, that is my episode 1 review. So go check it out. And I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.